Episode 4 saw the start of the partnership between Tariq and Monet, it set up key storylines with Drew, and we saw Cooper Saxe back to his old shady ways with getting Riley to spy on Tariq. It's safe to say they've set us up hopefully for an epic mid-season finale. I'm talking predictions for episode 5, so welcome back to MovieBot and let's talk about the mid-season finale. First of all, welcome to another predictions video, and for those who have been following me for a while, no, I didn't do one last week because I was feeling under the weather and bedbound for a few days, so I'm sorry I didn't do one last week, but I am now back ready to talk predictions. And firstly, I want to say, I hate mid-season breaks. I absolutely hate them. It just ruins the momentum of this show, especially with storylines picking up now with Tariq finally working for Monet. We're going to see Davis McLean go after Cooper Saxe, so it really is just a bit of a pain that there's going to be a mid-season break so soon after the show started, but hey, it is what it is, and I don't think we would have had this break if it wasn't for the coronavirus locking things off earlier, because they still have 2 episodes to film when production got shut down. So anyway, I'm hearing that they'll be back on December the 6th, so it's not far away, but let's hope they give us a lot to talk about with this mid-season finale and leave it on a little cliffhanger, and yeah, give us a lot to talk about over the next couple of weeks. But with that being said, let's go straight into the predictions for episode 5, and that scene we saw with Tariq, with him and Brayden in their room, we're going to see Tariq explaining who the Tarders are to Brayden and who their supplier is, and he's not only explaining to Brayden, he's explaining using the chessboard, and Monet is the queen, Kane is the rook, Drew is the knight, and Diana is the bishop. And we've seen Tariq being smart all season and using people to his advantage. One of the most impressive moves was how he got rid of his competition Scott by making him provoke Brayden indirectly, knowing that Brayden's surname Weston will get him thrown out of Stansfield. The minute he laid his hands on Brayden, that was him done. And that's the sort of power that Brayden has because of his family history, and I think we'll definitely see more of this coming to play over the next few episodes. But with Diana, I want to speak about her role and her relationship with Tariq, because he described her as a bishop. But what is the role of a bishop in the chess game? The bishop has no restrictions in distance for each move, but is limited to a diagonal movement. Bishops, just like other pieces except the knight, they cannot jump over the pieces, and bishops capture by occupying the squares on which an enemy piece sits. And remember how Diana tried to jump over Monet and speak to Lorenzo to get him to convince Monet to let Diana go to college? That was Diana trying to jump over Monet, but just like a bishop, she couldn't do it, because bishops can't jump over other pieces, and a bishop captures by occupying the square on which an enemy piece sits, and I believe that's Tariq. Even though I genuinely think that she's building up feelings for Tariq, Monet will want eyes and ears on him, and that's why she'll send Diana to get any type of information from him. And remember how we saw Monet give that little speech to Diana after Frank turned up at the Tarders and explained to her that she needs to start seeing these signs, and women like Diana need to do what they have to do to get what they want, and this is why Monet will give her no restrictions on her next move with Tariq, just like a bishop on the chessboard has no restrictions in distance for each move. But the thing is, Tariq is smart. I think when she turns up at the party at Stansfield, he'll know exactly why she's there, and I don't think he's gonna let his guard down one bit. He knew instantly when Drew came to Stansfield why he was there. He was there to keep an eye on Tariq and bring back any information, which of course he got none. Then we saw Riley being sent by Cooper Saxe to go get information from Tariq, but the minute she walked in, he knew that she was bad news, and well, I'm sure that he'll know that Diana is there for information as well, and will Tariq give her any? Hell no. This kid is smart, and he's surprising us every episode. Actually, I shouldn't say surprised because I'm not surprised anymore. He was taught by Kanan after all, he's Ghost's son, and he's just generally smart himself, but he will have some trouble, no doubt about it. And I do think we'll see him breaking down in the next episode as well, because remember how he mentioned to Lauren that he's turning 18 in a week or 2, and that's going to be in the next episode, and him and Raina are twins, so it's Raina's birthday as well. I think memories will come flooding back, not just because of Raina, but Ghost, Tasha, and just generally how his life was prior to all this shambles. And just a quick one on Riley, because I did a video on her yesterday talking about whether she could potentially even join Tariq's side, or whether she'll remain as a spy for Cooper Saxe, because remember, spies and snitches, they don't really last long on power. We've already seen this with people like Omar, Tony Teresi, Joe Proctor. So she could really be the death sacrifice that could potentially turn shit upside down. I hope not, because I really want to see Tariq flip the script on Cooper Saxe and get her working on his side and have her working for him instead. But that's where I stand with Riley, and I'll leave a link to the video in the description and in the comment section, which I uploaded yesterday. And now I just want to talk a bit about Lauren, because I questioned what is her secret, and a few of you said that her secret was that she liked Tariq, which is why she kissed him straight after saying that. But there's no way this was the secret. I personally don't think it's her secret. She seems sneaky, and I don't trust her one bit, even though I think Lauren is the one for Tariq and will end up with her anyway. But I still think she's hiding something else, and we probably won't find out in episode 5. but I hope we see more of these two, which I think we will, because I do think there's a connection between them. And the GTG crew, could we possibly see them coming back and paying a visit to the Tejadas? Because Kane left his mark on Little Guap, there's no doubt about it. He beat him senseless, but he didn't kill him, and that was a mistake because they're going to be back. And could this be where Kane comes to Sansfield and seeks Tariq's help in dealing with the GTG crew? Because I 100% think they'll be back, causing an issue for Monet and the Tejadas. You don't just completely cut off someone's supply, beat them near to death, and they're going to be okay with it. They'll be back for blood, and I hope we see some bodies dropping in the next episode. So hopefully there's some fireworks with the GTG crew. If we don't see anything with them in the next episode, then I definitely see them coming back in a few episodes time. And well, what about Drew? Drew's storyline started developing in the last episode. We saw him getting with Zeke's basketball teammate, just like his character description said, and I think his involvement in the series will be ramped up. And the second part to his character description, which we spoke about earlier on in the week, which was deadly consequences, I don't think we'll see it being played out in the next episode, but I do think we'll see it starting to develop. And I've spoken about two possibilities. One where Kane could kill his own brother Drew because he'll become a liability because his head won't be in the game, and I think he'll make a costly mistake, and I think Monet will give the order. But few of you have a similar opinion to mine, but some of you have said that Kane will kill Drew but behind Monet's back instead. And I don't think we'll see this in the next episode if it was to happen. I think it could possibly happen later on down the line, but we haven't really had a meaningful game-changing death yet. And speaking of game-changing deaths, I've also spoken about Zeke potentially going too, because he really is the golden ticket out of the drug game for Monet. She really is overprotective of Zeke, and tying this in with Drew's character description where it said his actions will have deadly consequences to those he loves most, I can only think of a Tejada death. Maybe not in the next episode, but something may lead up to one of them potentially dying, because let's get one thing straight. Nobody is safe in the world of power. And Cooper Saxe and Davis McLean, where's this going in the next episode? Because I think they'll be ramping up the heat on Saxe, especially now that Tamika's been served. Tamika knows that Saxe was there at truth at the time of the murder because he went over to Tamika's to talk about hypotheticals, and we'll definitely see Tariq and Saxe together again. I think he'll try and threaten Tariq that he'll be able to win this case against McLean, but if it comes out that he was there at truth at the time of the murder, then he'll take Tariq down with him. He really is as shady as hell, and he really has no boundaries. But as the last episode showed us, Davis McLean has an undefeated record, and do I think Saxe can win against him? Yes, I do, but will he win against McLean? No, he won't. I just think that they haven't given Saxe a win in the whole Power series. He's pretty much lost every single battle that he's faced, and I don't see them giving him a win anytime soon. And a few of you said that Saxe needs to go, you know, why didn't Ghost kill him when he had the chance, because he was the only last loose end to deal with. But the thing is, you can't just go around killing federal agents like Saxe because that brings way too much heat. So do I think Tariq will kill Saxe? I personally don't think he's going to do this because it's going to attract way too much heat and way too much unwanted attention. But one thing's for sure, we haven't seen a death in a while, and we've not really seen a meaningful death so far. So I hope we see something happen in the next episode, and there's definitely going to be some twists and turns to come, that's for sure. So drop me your thoughts and predictions for episode 5 down below. Don't forget it's the mid-season finale, so let me know what you think is going to happen, any thoughts, theories you may have. Drop me a comment down below and let's talk episode 5, because I'll try and reply to as many comments as I can. And if you're new to the channel, remember to smash the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.